Every mechanic has a mental list of trucks they'd buy with their own money. 5 trucks that just refuse to die, no matter what you throw at them. After 23 years of turning wrenches, I've watched people throw $40,000 at brand new trucks that fall apart at 80,000 miles. While these 5 just keep going. Trucks that hit 300,000 miles and still don't need major work. Today, I'm counting down the 5 most bulletproof trucks you can buy used, from number 5 down to number 1. And that last one? That's the truck that changed how I think about reliability entirely. I've been working on trucks since before most of these models even existed. I've seen what breaks, what lasts, and what costs people money they didn't need to spend. Every single one of these has a story behind it. Real customers, real mileage, real numbers. I'm going deepest on number 1, because that's the truck nobody sees coming. Let's start with number 5. The Toyota Tundra First Generation. The quiet workhorse that outlasts everything in the driveway without ever asking for attention. Had a 58-year-old contractor come in with a 2003 Tundra, 287,000 miles. Wanted a full inspection because he was thinking about replacing it. I checked everything: frame, drivetrain, suspension. You know what I found? Nothing. He'd spent $620 in repairs over 3 years. People skip the first-gen Tundra because it doesn't look as tough as the second-gen. That's exactly why it's a deal. Under the hood, you've got the 4.7-liter 2 UZF EV8, same engine family as the Land Cruiser. Cast iron block, forged internals. The A340 automatic behind it is one of the most proven 4-speeds ever built. These go for $8,000 to $14,000. A comparable F-150 with the 5.4 Triton, $2,000 to $3,000 more, and cam phaser repairs that run $1,800. Check for lower ball joints, $250 fix. Frame crossmember rust, exhaust manifold cracks, ticking on cold start. Buy if you want invisible reliability. Skip if you need serious towing. This gen maxes out around 7,000 pounds. But if you think the Tundra is overlooked, wait until you hear about number 4. Number 4, the Ford F-250, the million-mile diesel that simply refuses to quit. A 44-year-old farmer brought in his 2002 F-250, 342,000 miles. Wanted to know if the engine was done. I ran a compression test, every cylinder within spec. His total repair bill over 5 years? $1,100. That's a diesel truck. The 7.3 gets overlooked because people chase the newer 6.7. That's a mistake on a budget. This is a direct injection turbo diesel built by International Navistar. No DPF, no DEF. The HEUI injection system is simpler than common rail and far cheaper to fix. The 4R100 automatic handles abuse. These run $12,000 to $22,000. A 2015 6.7 Power Stroke, north of $35,000. And when that emission system fails, you're looking at $3,000 to $5,000 in repairs. Most expensive job I've done on a 7.3 injectors, $1,400 at 280,000 miles. Check for camshaft position sensor. $25 part causes random stalling. Turbo up pipe leaks. Cab corner rust. Buy if you want a diesel that'll outlast your mortgage. Skip if you want fuel economy or a quiet ride. This thing is loud and drinks. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Number 3, the Chevy Silverado GMT 800. The blue-collar tank that clocks in, does the job, and never complains. A 36-year-old electrician came in with a 2004 Silverado, 5.3 V8, 231,000 miles. About to trade it in on a new Tacoma for $38,000. I told him to spend $900 on shocks, brakes, and a fuel pump. He called me 8 months later. 0 issues. Saved himself $37,000. People think these are just old work trucks. That's why there's 7,000 bucks on a lot right now. The 5.3-liter Vortec LM7 is a small block V8 with aluminum heads on an iron block. GM built millions. Parts are everywhere and dirt cheap. The 4L60E gets a bad rep, but most failures come from neglected fluid, not design. Clean ones go for 6 to 12,000. A Ram 1500 with the 5.7 Hemi, 9 to 15,000. And when that Hemi drops a lifter, 2,500 bucks or more. Worst I've done on a 5.3, intake manifold gasket, $380. Check for oil consumption after 200,000. Blue smoke. Steel brake lines that rust up north. Instrument cluster failure. $150 to rebuild. Buy if you want the cheapest reliable V8 truck on the market. Skip if you want a refined interior. This is a work truck, period. But number 2, that one surprises everyone. The Toyota Tacoma 2nd generation. The Cockroach. The truck that would survive the apocalypse and still hold its resale value. A 29-year-old nurse bought a 2008 Tacoma with 140,000 miles for $16,000. Coworkers said she was crazy. 3 years later, she's at 198,000 miles. Total repairs? An oxygen sensor and brake pads. $310. Meanwhile, her coworker's 2019 Colorado has been in the shop 4 times. People assume the Tacoma is overpriced. It's not. It's correctly priced for what it delivers. The 4.0-liter 1 GRFE V6 has a timing chain that never needs replacement. The 5-speed automatic is proven. The frame is fully boxed, stiffer than most in this class. These run 15 to 25,000. A same-year Frontier, 8 to 14,000. But the Tacoma holds 12,000 when the Frontier is worth 4. Most expensive repair I've done? Water pump, $420 at 190,000 miles. Check for frame rust recall. Verify it was done. Lower ball joints. Leaf spring condition on 4x4 models. Buy if you want a truck you can sell in 10 years for real money. Skip if you need full-size bed space. This is a mid-size. All right, that was number 2. Now number 1, this is the truck I recommend more than any other, and almost everyone pushes back at first. The Ford Ranger, the invisible legend. The truck nobody talks about, nobody flexes, and nobody ever brings back for major repairs. A 52-year-old retired teacher came in 2 years ago. Wanted a small truck for hauling garden supplies. Budget, $5,000. Her son pushed a Colorado. I told her to look at Rangers. She found a 2008 with the 4.0 V6, 156,000 miles for $4,800. She looked at me like I was lying when I said that truck would go another 150,000 miles. 14 months later, 19,000 miles added. Total repairs, $47. An air filter and an oil change. That's not a typo. Nobody talks about the Ranger because it's not flashy. No fan club, no lifestyle brand. And that's exactly why it's the best value in the entire used truck market. The 4.0-liter Cologne V6 is a single overhead cam unit Ford used for over a decade. Not powerful. 207 horsepower, but overbuilt. The timing chain is the only known weak point, and it doesn't show up until past 150,000 miles. The 5R55E is a solid 5-speed. The rear axle is a Ford 8.8-inch, same unit as the Mustang GT and Crown Vic Police Interceptor. Wildly overbuilt for a small truck. Clean Rangers go for $4,000 to $9,000. A same-year Tacoma, $14,000 to $22,000. That's a $10,000 gap. For a truck that's 90% as reliable. Most expensive repair I've ever done? Timing chain and guides, $900 at 210,000 miles. Check for timing chain, rattle on cold start, quiet means it's fine. Rear wheel arch rust. Transmission fluid condition, dark means neglect. Buy if you want the lowest cost of ownership on this list. Buy if you don't care about image. Skip if you need to tow over 4,000 pounds or need a back seat. Most Rangers are regular cabs. 5 trucks the market forgot, but mechanics didn't.